You hand someone a sample, they take a bite, their eyes light up, and they're looking at you saying, wow, this is so delicious, or this smells so good. Then they hand you back the little cup, or they hand you back your product, and they keep on walking. And then you're left thinking, what the heck just happened? When your product isn't the problem, but you're not reaching your sales goals, at that point it becomes a sales problem. So today I'm going to be talking about the sample to sale bridge. If you're a vendor who gives out samples, so you sell baked goods, you sell soap, skincare, snacks, and people keep tasting, smelling, trying, and leaving without buying, this video is going to show you exactly where the sale breaks down and what you can do about it starting next weekend. Hey, I'm Kayla, and I help flea market vendors who are serious about turning their booth into consistent income. I help them build sales systems that help them sell more, keep more profit, take their business online, and even scale to multiple markets or locations. I don't just sell at markets, I study them. I pay close attention to how vendors succeed, why they struggle, and what actually creates consistent results. And that is what I'm here to share with you today. Now, before we dive in, if you're not already in my free Facebook group, come join us. It's a community built specifically for flea market vendors who want to sell more and keep more profit. The link is in the description. If you're sitting there thinking, I'm done trying to figure this out on my own and I need the inside scoop on how to turn my booth into real consistent income, then go book a free Unblock Your Sales call with me. It is a focused convo where we will be looking at exactly what's happening at your booth, exactly what is keeping you from consistent sales, and what you should do next. That link is also going to be in the description below, so grab a spot and then come right back, because what I'm about to share with you is going to make that call even more valuable. I know you spend long days baking, making your soaps, ordering your supplies, gathering all your inventory, and then you get to the market excited to share what you've made and to actually sell. So you do what seems the most obvious. You give out samples. People try them. They seem to like them. Some people even tell you how great they are, how much they love it. And then they walk away and leave empty-handed. After a few weekends of this, you start telling yourself one of three things. It must be my prices, it must be my product, or I need to try new flavors or scents. So you adjust your prices. You add new inventory. You experiment with new recipes. And then the same thing happens again and again. I want to point the mirror at you for a minute. As a vendor, you believe your job is done the moment the sample is handed over. Would you agree? But that's actually when the job begins. By stepping back and waiting after you offer the sample, you are going passive, and a passive experience produces passive results. The customer is now responsible for closing their own sale, and most shoppers just won't do that. They need someone to bridge that moment, and that someone is you. You are responsible for following through with the sample to sale bridge, and that is what I'm going to break down right now. So when you give out a sample, it gets them to stop, and it gets them to shop. But something has to move them from, I like this tastes good, this smells good, to, I will buy it. That something can be a question, it can be a statement. Just one simple question asked right after the sample keeps the interaction alive long enough to transition them from the browsing phase to the buying phase. And I want to be clear, you don't have to be pushy. You just need to stay in the moment with the customer. So instead of staying back, ask them something. What do you think? Is that the flavor you'd go with? Is this for yourself or is this a gift? Do you want to try another one before you make a final decision? Any of those questions does one thing. It keeps the conversation going past the sample, and that is where the sale lives. Using my stop, shop, buy framework, the sample is doing the shop phase work, which is getting them to engage. But if you step back right after, you're cutting that thread before it reaches buy. Your job is to bridge between those two phases, not to just watch from a distance and hope they cross it on their own. I want to talk about Maya. So Maya makes handmade whipped body butter and handmade sugar scrubs. Her packaging is beautiful and her products smell amazing. She gives out samples, So she actually has people try her products right there at her booth, and she gets that consistent, I love this, this smells so good. She's getting all great feedback, but her sales do not reflect this at all. And she's been at it for 3 months consistently. When I look at what she's doing, it's clear to me. So she hands over the sample, she takes a step back, and she waits. The customer smells it, they've rubbed it in their arms, their hands, they say something nice. Maya smiles, the buyer smiles, Maya nods, then the buyer puts the jar down and they walk away. What happened in that scenario? Maya never asked a single question. She handed the ball to the buyer and then stepped off the court. Now, one shift is all it takes. So the next weekend, Maya, she puts the sample to sale bridge in practice. She starts asking one question after every sample, and sales pick up that same day. Now, keep in mind, she is selling the same products. She is at the same market. She is at the same booth. What is different is her behavior and the action steps that she takes right after the handoff of her body butter or her scrub. Maya now takes the initiative to keep up the engagement and the moment with the potential buyer, which increases the likelihood that her potential buyers become actual buyers. To wrap this all up, giving out samples is not a sales strategy on its own. It's just a tool. And like any tool, it only works when you know how to finish the job. The sample gets people interested, and then your next step is the follow through, which is what gets them to buy. Think of the handoff as the finish line instead of the starting line, and that is the sample to sale bridge. The moment between the sample and the sale is one of the clearest examples of what I look for when I work with vendors. Most of the time, vendors know something isn't working, and they automatically default to fixing their display, working on their booth. They just don't know where exactly their sales are being blocked, and that is what we can unsurface on an Unblock Your Sales call. If you've been giving out samples and wondering why people just keep walking after giving you such great feedback, then I want to talk to you. So the Unblock Your Sales call is a 30-minute focused conversation where we'll look at exactly what's happening and look at exactly what you're doing or not doing. And most people, they just want to tell you to fix your display because it's the easiest thing to fix. But I want to know where you're trying to go and what is stopping you from getting there. It could be that you're missing the sample to sales bridge, or it could be something else. But in 30 minutes, we'll get clear on your situation, your gap, and your next move. Because what's costing Maya sales or another vendor may not be what's costing you sales. The link is in the description below for you to go and book your free Unblock Your Sales call. Go grab your spot right now. And until next time, happy vending. Thank you for watching.